into the Everglades. And the reason was interesting. You see, a little light bulb that shined to tell them that the landing gear was down, burned out. And the entire pit, what do you call it in the front of the plane where the cockpit crew, I didn't even say it right then, but we'll pass on that. The people in the front were so focused on the light bulb that they lost altitude as they were going around in a circle and crashed the plane into the Everglades. A 10-cent light bulb. And I'm wondering today is if we do not do that with the God who has promised to be in and through our lives. You see, what I want to talk about over the next 7 weeks is the miracles of Jesus. You see, we get into this place where we sort of say, well, I've accepted Christ, but I can't expect him to do anything in my life. When what he is promising to each and every one of us is to come in and be a part of our everyday, bringing his full focus into our lives. The world doesn't expect it, as we read in our epistle. They're sort of like their eyes are hidden from him. But we should know better. As we read in scriptures over and over again, Jesus comes into a situation and does miraculous things. And I would say in your own personal lives, this God who is amazing comes into your life every day, but it might be the fact that we have gotten so used to it that we don't understand what he's doing. Let me give you an example. There was a young man from India that was attending George Washington University, and he set his clock for 3 a.m. And he got up to see the most amazing thing that he's ever seen in his entire life. At 3 a.m. in Washington, it started to snow. Never seen snow before. He made a snow angel. He caught snowflakes on his tongue. He thought it was the greatest thing ever. He probably got a cold for being out without a coat. But it was amazing. Now, let me ask you the last time you thought snow was amazing. Was the last time it snowed a lot, you sort of cursing under your breath? Oh, I got to shovel it again. But it's a miracle. Think about good weather in February. When was the last time we had this nice weather in February? I got rid of my heavy coat. Anybody here wear a big, thick jacket this morning? Oh, yeah, just two of you.
6 a.m.
Whips. Yeah. Sorry, did I say that out loud? This is amazing of what God can do in each and every one of our lives. Do you realize that this earth rotates at 1,000 miles an hour? Did you know that we go around the sun at about 57,000 miles an hour? Rotating at 57,000 miles an hour going around. So on the worst day that you have traveled 1.6 million miles in a day. Is that not amazing? And that's not even counting the 450,000 miles an hour that the galaxy we live in turns. And yet God takes time to notice the people on this planet, their names, the number of heads on the hairs on their head, or with us, heads on our hair. It's amazing. But we forget about stuff like that. Or worse yet, we don't want to believe the promises God gives us in His Scripture. Did you notice the promise that was in our Scripture today? He says, not only will we do the things Jesus has done, but what did it say? We will do even better things, even greater things than He has done. Do you think He was kidding? Thomas Jefferson grew up in a Christian home, and he loved the teachings of Jesus. But when he went to college at the ripe old age of 16, he got to be underneath a whole lot of really smart people. The intelligentsia of the academic realm at that time. And what they did was they caused him to question whether or not God did miracles. So one day, having had this influence in his life, he got out his Bible and he took a razor to it. And he kept all the teachings of Jesus. He just removed the miracles. Each and every one. Because you couldn't expect God to do the miraculous today. That's too much to ask. And no thinking person would believe that God would do anything like that in the world today. So with a razor, he cut out all the miracles. And in fact, here's how Thomas Jefferson ended his gospel. And they put Jesus in a tomb, and they rolled a stone in front of it. The end. Not my Jesus. Not even close. My Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. What He did back then, He does today. Someone looked at me and says, if I could just meet Jesus. And I said, why haven't you? He's been in my life for a number of years. He said, you know what I mean. And I said, yes, I know what you mean, and you're wrong. He is here right now. And He wants to invade each and every one of our lives. There are people that have limited Jesus to being a book. My God is not a book. That book is nothing more than a window into what Jesus wants to be and do in each and every one of our hearts and lives. He doesn't want to be our Facebook friend. He wants to be a real friend that works and walks and talks with us each and every day. This is not wishful thinking. My hope is built on an actual relationship with Christ. He's here right now. And if you're struggling, He is desiring to hold your hand. No matter what you are facing, He says, I will face it with you. And then miracles begin. Because God is still God today. That's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at the 7 miracles in the life in the book of John over the next few weeks. Because I believe that the God who was active 2,000 years ago didn't die, but that tomb is empty. And if that tomb is empty, our hearts can be full. And if Jesus could do that back then, He can do it today and wants to in our hearts and lives. We're not called to be spectators. We are called to be a part of everything that He is doing in the world today. And the only thing He needs from us is an okay. I'm in. What do you think? Do you want to risk? Climb out onto that limb? Get onto that bus? Board that plane? Did you ever look at an airplane? Really? Did you ever look at an airplane? How much does an airplane weigh? What is it made out of? Metal. What would ever convince you to climb into a heavy metal object and say, yep, I'm going into the clouds? But we know it can fly. I've been on one. Not always sure there, but been on it. I was once on an airplane in Madagascar, and they had it like this for some reason. I didn't understand that. But I couldn't ask the pilot because he didn't speak my language. I was happy to get off. This Jesus ride, I don't want to get off. I want to experience all the things that He has for me. I want to open up my life to see what He can do. And I want to be a part of His kingdom, which is changing lives every day. I don't want to be Thomas Jefferson. Amen? Amen. Stand with me, please.